and will motivate us to want to do better. So we pray for those who are on the way. We pray for those who are already here. We give you praise, honor, and glory in Jesus' name. And all God's people say,
Amen.
Thank you, Pastor, for coming in. Yes. And as I said, you wanted to be here with us this evening. We are really thankful. We appreciate the fact that you accepted the burden of Mr. Prince and Mrs. Colley with you this afternoon. Now, as I was saying, I'm from BTVI. We're both from BTVI. And, you know, as we go about recruiting, because we do recruiting like basically all through the year. And a couple of things came to mind, but the one thing that stayed with us was we have not been giving the church the attention we should be giving the church. We have to remember, first of all of us, in fact, BTVI is where it is now because of the church. Many of us came up through the church, and as a result, we do some things to make sure we represent the church well. And so our intention is to visit every church in Grand Bahama. We want to visit every church and talk to them about what BTVI has to offer, the educational opportunities at BTVI. Your church is the first one we visited. All right? And we said that because if you're right around or next door to us, how can we go somewhere else before coming here first? Okay. And so we're here to talk about what we have at BTVI. As you know, it is a technical institute. We offer many technical programs as well as we offer what we call office programs. We also offer information technology if you're interested in the computer side. Some people interested in cosmetology. We have that as well at BTVI. We have been focusing on technical education, and you will probably hear a press release coming out soon because we just partnered with NTA with a technical program that they're starting in September. And we focus on the technical side is for a number of reasons, but the main reason is when you look around you now, you look in this room, what you have, what you see in this room, basically. What we see? We see four colors, yes. We see lights. We have air conditioning. Who do you think are responsible for those things? Who might be responsible? The people in the construction trade area, the electricians, the architects who got to probably draw the plans. Yeah. Also, if your plumbing goes bad, who got to help them? The plumbers. So that's why we're focusing, because sometimes people don't give those areas the attention they should be giving those areas. Right. And it doesn't only apply to people who probably just want to start out, because we start with you from the lowest level, meaning that if you feel you don't have the qualifications to go anywhere, try us. Because we will tell you, of course, we will bring you to the level that you need to be at in order to function in society. Yeah. Some people might have qualifications already, and you want to be exposed to something else. For example, you have situations, especially women. We catch hell sometimes with these contractors, don't we? Yeah. Yes. All right? They overcharge us. Right. And so if we know some things, we can actually talk the talk. Right. And I'm talking from experience. All right? So if you're building a home, or you're planning to build a home, and they come to you with some little story, you could point out to them, no, that's not what I understand. This is the way it's supposed to go. And that's when you start to get the honesty coming out of them. Right. We are also responsible for training our students not to do those kind of things now. They do the trade estimating to make sure when they estimate the bill, they don't underestimate, and that's where we have problems sometimes in our society with our contractors, because they might underestimate a situation or a program or a proposal, and then now, when they come to you and say it's not enough money, and you have to go back, then everybody starts to get angry. So we teach them how to actually estimate properly. So the programs we talk about in construction trade, we have carpentry, we have plumbing, we have HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, that's what the HVAC is. We also have we have electrical, we have auto mechanics is also a part of our program. You know, Well, some students also are interested in masonry. Some are interested in tiling. While those programs are not offered specifically at the campus here, we always say to students, if we have enough interested in a program and it's not available, we will work with you, meaning that we are able to offer that program because we have enough persons interested. So any area to think of in the carpentry area or the plumbing area, we are able to assist. Information technology, of course, relates to dealing with the computers. Are you interested in working with computers? Office assistant, we are HR management, human resource management, if you're interested in doing anything along those lines. But, what did I say the focus is? You think it's only for men too? What is the focus? What is the focus? Trades. Why we need construction trades, you think, in this country? Think about what's going on, even with Celebration Key. Yeah. All right? All of the investors sometimes that they bring here, the investments they bring here, you need people to work in those areas. You find that we end up bringing people from other countries to do what we could do. And why is it? Because we probably don't get that qualification that they ask for. BTVI makes sure when they take you through a program, you also become certified in certain areas. We have something called OSHA. We make sure you're OSHA certified, which is internationally known. And there's an accreditation through NCCR, meaning, and most investors, when they come to the Bahamas, that's one of the things, especially the American ones, that's one of the certifications they NCCR. And then give us the principle, I'm going to talk a little more, and then I'll come back so we can get some questions. Also, I gave some handouts out, and what it tells you really, the list of, it gives you a list of programs that we have through our Grandma branch campus, and also it gives you some steps when you're looking at getting into BTVI. These are the documents you need. And when this is finished, I'll explain this, because this is where we have our problems when applications need to come into BTVI. Okay?
Okay, so I'm just going to take over. Thank you, Ms. Lottie. I'm just going to take over from that, and I think Ms. Lottie actually covered a lot of it, but I just want to ask you, how many of you have any kind of interest in the technical trades? The areas that Ms. Lottie just spoke about. Whether we're talking about carpentry, we're talking about HVAC, which is heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, whether we're talking about plumbing, or even just servicing your car. Anyone have any kind of interest in that?
Yeah, I'd like to know about it, definitely.
All right. How many of you, yeah, you would have an interest in that. I see you. How many of you have an interest in IT? Everybody knows what IT is, right?
Yes.
All right. How many of you have an interest in the business area? Whether you're talking entrepreneurship, you're talking business administration. Now I'm happy because all of those areas are areas that we cover. But then we also have some things like fashion design, things like barbering, and all of these areas, massage therapy. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over some of these areas with you, but just to convince you that technical education is important, I want to put two people on the screen that's going to help me with this presentation, just to show you that. Yeah. All right, we can get it, not to worry. The whole idea is just to kind of show you that it's one thing for me to come and to say to you that it's important, but it's the next thing if I can get some people, and this is what I'm going to do throughout this presentation. I'm going to try to dial up some folks and have them tell you that it is the fact that we have more than one island. You would notice that our main campus is in Nassau, is in New Providence, and of course everybody knows where the Freeport campus is. You all know? All right, everybody ought to know because we can stay over there and throw a rock in the hall. All right, and so we also, if you have family in Abaco, you need to let them know that there is an extension campus in Abaco, Utah, and Exuma. So if you have people there, don't let them that they can't go to school, they can't find something to do. We have a presence there at North Island and North Andros as well. But I wanted to ask Dominique McCartney to help me with this presentation. And this is what she had to say about technical education. She said she's valuable politics. She said at least 70% of our students, this is Director of Education, at least 70% of our students end up in trades.
And what? The trade. Oh, with trade.
End up in trades. If 70% of the students end up in trades, if we break it up, it means out of every 10 people, 7 of them are going to end up doing something technical.
Wow.
Now, the reason we want you to do something technical is not because we necessarily want you to be technical. I know that makes no sense, so I get it another way. The reason we want you to do something technical is because two things. One, we want you to have a technical awareness. And you don't have to do it as a trade. You could just save somebody for yourself. Is that okay?
Yes.
Imagine if you could just perhaps tile your own floor. Maybe service your car, because you talk, but sometimes these contractors or these mechanics, when they see all women roll up with these fancy cars, they get you all a different price than they give me. But what if you can do some of these basic things? Right? Now, this is what, okay, this is going to keep, what I can do, I can put this out, because at this speed, so it will keep up. So the next person was the Deputy Prime Minister, and this is what he had to say. This is what he had to say as it relates to the importance of technical education. He said, people could fire you. Your employer could fire you, but they could never take away your trade. That sounds all right to me. He said they can fire you, but they can't take away your trade. So all we're trying to do here is just to be able to get you to get something that is uniquely yours that no one can take from you. And I'm not going to even mention the fact that trade actually pay more than academics. Now all them years Miss Golly been studying, if she was a technical person, y'all know she wouldn't be here, right? She would have been living the life. But she here because she chose to do academics. So there is actually, you actually stand a chance of making a decent income if you were to do something technical. So when you see people moving around with the coveralls, don't come them up. Understand that they're doing what is necessary and they're doing what is it that we want to be able to do. Okay, let me see if I can get this back up now. Magic. All right, so that was Mr. McCartney, and that was Honorable Chester Cooper. Now let me talk about some of the courses that we have, and this is on the construction and mechanical. We have the construction technology. This is designed not necessarily for people who want to do carpentry and just want to think people, I want to do carpentry, put me in construction technology. This is designed for people who want to get into construction, but they want to be a boss. Which means they want to be able to start their own construction company, run their own construction company, or go and work within a construction environment in a supervisory or managerial position. You guys following me?
Yeah.
So this is about, this is a degree program. And then we have carpentry, electrical installation, HVAC, we talk about this, maintenance tech, welding, auto mechanics, and auto collision repair. Now, ain't no welder broke unless it's plain numbers. If you have a trade, there's no way you're supposed to be broke unless you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing.
Wow. That's true.
Think about it. Think about this for a second. Think about how important trade people are. I want you to just glance around this room and just set your gaze to one particular thing. Glance around the room and set your gaze to one particular thing. Look at anything you want in the room. It doesn't matter. It could be the pipes, it could be the light, it could be the tray, it could be the table, it could be the tiles, it could be the walls, it could be the windows. Whatever it is, you look at it. And now understand that it was put in place by a technical person. So without this place, without the edifice, without all these buildings that you see, the car that you drive in to come here, everything around you was put in place. Even the shoes you're wearing, man. Ain't no academic make it. So all I'm talking about is the importance of technical education. And then I mentioned IT. It may or may not come up there, but the way the world is going now is information technology. If you're under 30 and you're not involved in IT, you're going to have problems 10 years from now. Because most of the jobs, and you know, this is one of the problems this is one of the mistakes that we make. One of the mistakes that we make is that we encourage people and we train people for jobs that are available today. But the truth is, we can't train people today for the jobs that are available today. You follow me? Yeah. We have to train you for the jobs that are available tomorrow. Now, what type of jobs are going to be available tomorrow? IT jobs. IT jobs. So whether we're talking about network, IT management, IT networking, software, or even just getting at the entry level, this is something that you should be interested in, because that's what, even if you're not doing anything IT, anything computer related, you're going to find yourself still have to take those kind of courses. So you might as well master them. Everything is going to be online. Everything. Your passport, your driver's license, every single thing is going to be online. All right. Now we're going to do it a little different so that you guys can stop me at anywhere, you know, at any point. You don't have to wait until the end. And for the people who are stylish and elegant and you like to get involved in fashion, we also have a department that deals with that. Fashion design, production, basic sewing, we have those things. Yeah, and this is the thing. You go to the States, you buy the nice big jeans with all that pockets that you like, but you're too short. You bring it back in Grand Bahamas, you're gonna take it by China man, and China man gonna charge you the same price that you pay for it to take it up. Wow. What if you could have just buy a machine and then take up your pants and then turn around and take up your neighborhood? And your cousin own and then charge them so you bring back the money for your machine. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah. These things, you don't have to do these things as a trade. You can do these things to save yourself money. That's all we're saying. You do these things to save yourself money. And then we got the beauty trades. Let me tell you a quick story about someone I know that did this beauty trades. There's this young lady, she went to school with my son, and they ran off to school. And while he was bugging me every minute for money, she was making a whole lot of money because she did cosmetology here. And so in the dorms, she was braiding hair. She was making a ton of money fixing hair and braiding hair during our off days while he was busy. I told him, you should have gone to learn to braid hair. So you don't have to do it for a trade. But these are things that you can save money. Cosmetology, massage therapy, barbering, aesthetics, nail technology, natural hair styling. All of these things are available, and yes, they're available right across there. Okay, remember I said you could ask me the questions? And then we have the people who want to start businesses, want to run businesses, want to get involved in business. We have courses like HR management. Anybody knows what HR is? Okay, human resource, now they call it people management. So we have that. We have the HR assistant, business office technology, office administration, and of course, entrepreneurship. My specialty, which every person should do. Because either you're an entrepreneur, you see, I pay her to say that. All right? So all I'm saying, at some time, you might not be thinking it now, but at some time in your life, you might be thinking about starting a business. And this is where all of this information comes in. And we got this course, this is brand new, media technology. Media technology, and this is a good way, this is a course to take just if you want to help out in the church. Media technology, light, camera, action. Light, camera, action. If any of those draw your attention, then that's the program that you need to sign up to do. So whether you're trying to go work at ZNS or whatever it is you're trying to do, light, camera, action. Even if it's in church, there is media technology. Of course, we have the electronics program as well. Now, how many of you are still in high school? All right. 1, 1.5, 2 3/4, 3, 3 1/3. All right, there we go. Now, we have a program that is specially designed for you. Shall we put it in your heart? Yes. Specially designed for you. Which school you go to? You go to Georgia's, and you have, which grade you're in? 12, and you haven't done the dual enrollment program? Why? Exactly. You didn't hear about it? Yeah. You heard about it? All right. Who else in high school? Which school you at? Jackie. Now, if you're in high school, we have a program that is called the dual enrollment. And what it basically means is that while you're in high school, you can come to BTVI and you can take some of our courses. And let me tell you why this is advantageous. And it might be for you, for some of you, might be for a child, might be for your neighbor, but I want you to remember this, dual enrollment. First of all the high schools in Grand Bahama are not fitted with all the necessary labs so that you can have a full experience that will help you to identify the area that you actually want to get into. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So the dual enrollment, when you come to us, you get to experience maybe your school don't have a carpentry lab now. I know your school have one. Or maybe your school may not have a, I know which school you're going to. With the dual enrollment, you can do that with us. Now, if this is the requirements. You must be in 10th grade or up. If you're in 9th grade, you're good for next year. If you're in 8th grade, you're good for the next 2 years. And you can continue like that. All right, so you get it. You must be 10th grade and up, and you can come and you can start taking these courses, which means you will begin to accumulate credits, which you may be able to transfer to a college if you decide to go off to college. But guess what? It actually cuts, watch this, it actually, when you leave school, think about quick that cut the curve. So by the time, as a matter of fact, do you know that we have people who graduate from BTVI before they graduate from high school? because they can start in year 10. And if the program is 2 years, 10 and 2 should be about 12, eh? Somewhere around there, right? Okay. So some people would graduate while they're still in high school. But one of the things that one student told me they're proud about, they were just proud of the fact that they could have put that on their resume. That just looked good. Imagine when you graduated, you know, they put on the board on so much BJCs, so much BTCSEs, how much colleges accept you. What if they could put a certificate or an associate's of BTVI? Boom. That means you become the most important person at that graduation. And that is possible. So for the dual enrollment, we said that you could transfer your credit. You get a head start at college experience because when you go off to college, those of you planning to go off, you just get shocked into reality. You get shocked into reality. You discover that's not high school. Less than required after high school to finish your college degree, of course. I spoke about the diversity of classes. And so all of that is part of your dual enrollment. But I've been talking for quite a while, so I want to stop and I want to ask some questions. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to flip the script on this colleague. So I want you to ask some real hard questions so that you know, put her in the hot water so she can answer it, right? When I answer, please answer easy questions. When she answer hard questions, okay. So
age doesn't matter. At BTVI, talk about the dual enrollees, any age, any program you're interested in, you can do it at BTVI, right? And sometimes it keeps you looking young too, you know that?
Can you talk about the cost?
That's a very important question, Rev.
That's a trick question.
The cost. How many of you have any idea what the cost would be to go to college? Any idea? Just give me a rough idea. At least 40,000. All right. How many have 40,000 to come to BTVI? Buy your break my heart. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the thing. When you apply, there is a $25 application fee, a $50 application fee that when you submit your application, right? You can apply for the scholarship. The scholar is going to tell you more about the scholarship, but you can apply for the.
He doesn't want to say basically what we always say is free. And that's why I say that's a trick question, because the person who asks that question knows that quite well. Alright?
Yes.
You pay the $50 application fee, and once every semester you stay in 2 classes, you pay no fees. Our government takes care of that. And it's a part of our strategy. And so we feel we want to catch these things now. Because you know what could happen in another year or two, and I can tell you, for example, he said $25 for application, it's $50 now. So we know the government might say, okay, you can't get the whole program free, maybe only half. So we are here now to tell you all, try and get into these programs and take advantage of the program. Oh, okay.
I didn't ask for me. I asked for me. I asked for the people online. I say I asked for the people online. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Basically, we usually say it's free because you're paying $50 just for the application. And then the other, once you are enrolled in 2 classes each semester, then it means that government is taking care of that for you, whichever program you're looking at. Now, I sent out a little sheet earlier, and basically that sheet gives you the way to apply. Now it's saying online, but I need to say at this point, online means if you are meeting the deadline. Our deadline is passed, It passed the end of June. However, because we're still working on making sure we get people in the institution, we have another way we can bring you into the system without having to go. You'll go online, but there's a number that we'll have to give you, and so there's a list that I'm going to pass around. If you're interested, we'll have someone contact you from our office, and they will give you the process, give you the number that you need, so that we can have you processed for this fall semester. Fall semester is September. If you want to get started as early as September, put your name down, and we will make contact with you to make sure we're able to get you into your program that you're looking for. Well, the GED for us is when you do like a prep program. Like if you enter BTVI and you apply, and if you don't have the qualifications, we let you do a placement exam. If you feel you don't want to do the placement and start at the level, the lowest level, you can go ahead and do that, and that's our college prep, which has the English, math, and a general ed course involved. And after that, you're able to go into any other program at BTVI. GED? I mean, that's prep program. Once you are from grade 10, up, 110, you're good. All right, so look at that list. Now, I said before I sat down that sometimes we have problems where it says required documents. If you look at that, you see we are asking for the application form, which is done on the portal. And remember I said that this way you're putting your name. We'll call you so that we make sure you can get so far on the portal, and then you can do some things on your own. But also, over there at the campus, if you're not comfortable with working online with the computer, you can come to us. We have 2 extra computers available in the admissions area. Someone will sit you and work with you with putting in your application. So you don't need to worry about or being intimidated about the fact that you might not have technology on the event. We know some people are just learning technology. Of course, when you join BTVI, one of our responsibilities as well to make sure we bring you up to a certain level once you're there. But to get you there, we will always work with you to make sure you're able to get your application done.
One more question, sir. The GED, how long does the child have to be enrolled or is the time free?
Well, that prep program, if they're able to do the English and math and that general ed course in one semester, they can actually complete that in one semester. Now the hours will be a little longer, and that's why I wanted to say to the dual enrolled students, you're going to be doing classes for BTVI as well as your regular classes in high school. So it means you're willing to spend some extra time getting it done. For example, a class in English could be 4 hours per week. Math, you're looking at the same thing, and the general ed course will probably be 3 to 4 hours as well. Yeah, they can do, in fact, they can do it like in the evenings. And like I said, it's got to be a push. If you're trying to do your whatever, there's somebody who's in school though. But if you're out of school and you're probably working somewhere, you can do your classes in the evenings as well. Yeah. All right, so on that, any more questions? No? I love this crowd. Yeah, but I love this crowd. Yeah, quite a number of people. All right, so also it talks about the valid passport. That's important. Everything that you see under required documents, you need to pull up on while we are processing your application in medical form, because we know sometimes that takes a while, maybe 2 weeks or more. But once you are enrolled, if we accept you, or when we accept you, I should say, when we accept you, and you are going through that first semester, you should have completed within that first semester so that you can go on to a second semester to complete your program. All right, so those are very important those items. I think we need to turn it on there.
You can show it.
I think you have to press that button. There's a little button with a little power on it. And I'm just worried myself.
Here you go.
You want to try this one?
Somebody's asking, you say you can do 2 classes.
Semester.
Okay, so why would you put how do you have to do the business administration too?
Okay, now that's a program. Within the cosmetology program, you have classes that you can do. But you will find too, and if you're interested in doing business as well as Cosmo, you're gonna have to choose one. So if you choose business, in business you will have some English and math classes, general ed courses. And when you decide to join, if you decide to join cosmetology, you'll get some time taken off because you would have done your English and math and those computer courses already and just try to get those major courses out of the way. But we have students who graduate from their certificate in carpentry, plumbing, and come out and use because they continue to come back because they realize how useful those trades are. All right? Any more questions? All right, and then under the area it says supplementary documents. We say that because if you don't have it, don't worry about it. It means that we are here to help you. But if you have it, have those submitted because it could exempt you from doing certain courses as well. And you don't make some of you or some of our clients, when they see the BJC is not the grade that they want, they don't want to submit it. But we could tell you, not that it's B or D, that's it. Those grades up. All right, so you don't make that decision. Let us tell you what needs to happen. All right. And then, of course, for the armed forces, if you know anybody on the police force, defense force, there are some requirements that we ask. We ask for a little less than we ask of the other clients. But, of course, the important thing what I want to say about this sheet here, you fight hard to get those documents in. We sometimes find we may have let's say we have 100 applications. Out of that 100, about 50 or 60 didn't bring in all their documents. And what does that mean? They can't be accepted. So the documents are very important. And then some people fight because they don't want to do the medical. Because they feel they don't have to do medical. Doing that medical is very important. Some of us avoid it, but we have found situations where people were able to find out that they probably needed some help from the medical side as a result of doing the medical. So we should get it done, no matter what. Try to get the medical form done. And it's no use running away from anything. If it's something we can deal with early, we try and get it out of the way. And it's not that if there's something on your form, we might not accept you because you have this, that. That's not the reason for the medical. The medical means that if something happens to you while you're on the campus, we should know how to treat you. Not to give you the wrong drink, wrong whatever. We would know how to deal with you in that position. All right? So the sheet that I pass around, the sheet that I pass around, if you fill it out, then we'll probably give you a call back so that we can talk about how you can get into do different programs at BTVI. And don't worry about, like I said, whatever supporting the supplementary documents, we will work with you the best way that we can. High school, middle age, my age, which is 65 and above, you're good. Married age.
Yes, sir. Okay, if the students are not in possession of an e-passport at the moment, can they substitute with a birth certificate until, let's say it's pending, they have applied?
If they have applied, and you have a receipt saying that you have applied, we've been using that as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Prince?
No, I have a video with some students, and I probably we can let them hear what some of the students said about their experience. Let's just look at this for a second while you're thinking about your next question for this copy.
You know enough about it. You need to put a mic there, right? While they're queuing up the video, for those who just walked in, the program fee is $50. Application fee is $50. And at this time, the program is sponsored by the government.
It's 3 years and it's important for sanitizing. It's very important to sanitize the station, sanitize.
My name is Veronica Polly. I'm the Associate Vice President here at the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute in Bahamas, in northern Bahamas campus.
My name is Kayla Wallace, and I am the Assistant Manager for the Northern Bahamas campus.
Hi, pleasant evening. My name is Destiny Mitchell, and I'm here in the Data Technology class. And we are learning a variety of things as it pertains to data technology. We start with history of data. We start off with the importance of sanitizing. It's very important to sanitize your station, sanitize your clients. The more clients come to you, you see that you're clean. And so we also learn about different colors, different colors for cleaning. We learn about the equipment, what to use, what not to use, what's legal, what's illegal. So we learn pretty much a lot of things from history to the latest trends in data technology. So I recommend anybody, if they're interested in being in the data technology program, come on down, sign up, it's good to learn in a fast-paced
Career, my name is Lily Salas, and I'm currently in Electrical 1 at BTVI. This program is about teaching us about residential electricity. We learn to connect single pole, double pole switches, and we also learn about the residential aspect of electrical work. I would recommend this program to other young persons, specifically because it's always good to have a trade. I personally picked electrical because that's something that my buddies and one of the family I have a lot of members that do electrical work, so I would say influenced me to take this path as a trade. It's a very good cost, it's very beneficial in life. Right now, like I said, I'm at my first stage, which is residential electrical work. This is my first time, so I'm learning a lot. Like single wiring, two-way switches, four-way switches in residential areas. Hopefully move forward to commercial, industrial, electrical work.
Hi, my name is Maggie Shikate. I'm a part of the Bargaining program at BTVI campus. And this is what I introduce you to the program and how it has inspired me to pursue, my own business. I've been here with quite clear instructions and knowledge for this to work. I want to lecture. It taught us in the sense of professionalism, customer service. Not only that, sanitation is important as well. All of it is quite clear, patience, you don't have to feel like you're being rushed. So I highly recommend. Hi, my name is Valeria Rizzo. Today we're in the London Fundamentals and also London. We're cutting the plates, showing you how London is prepared and performed by our classmates. My name is Thomas, and I'm one of the students that is in the extended class at BTVI in Bahamas. I would definitely recommend this class to anyone. It is full of knowledge, it is full of advocates. My professor, she is the best at telling you to learn how to analyze the skin, how to do proper facials, waxing, and to do interesting makeup as well. So this is definitely the class that you want to begin for next semester.
This is the orthodontics program here at BTVI. Tonight we're doing a simple task. We're just going to change the negative terminal on this body because the customer will complain that their requirements when she tried to quite to start. So right now, we're just gonna make a change with the negative terminal, and we're gonna make sure we clean the positive terminal and readjust the positive terminal.
My name is Ahmad Campbell. I'm enrolled in the construction technology course that encompasses the plumbing class. I recommend plumbing for anyone that is interested in learning how to do any domestic or commercial plumbing works for their home or business.
Okay, I just wanted you guys to hear from some of our students as it relates to their experiences on the program. And now we're going to take our final round of questions. Remember, all the hard questions are waiting. Ones this way. What?
Well, I just want to say it's a good presentation. I want to invite Mr. Prince back Saturday morning here at 10 a.m. We're having a men and boys conference. We'd like to have you to come and share about 10-15 minutes with our boys and men on Saturday.
Saturday morning at 10 a.m.?
At 10 a.m. right here.
I'll do it.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
You probably ask the partner, each can send you over.
You were going to answer my sir.
What time? 10 o'clock.